All right, what is up guys? Paul James here, and yesterday I sent you some information about Jim's book selling adventures. So if you hadn't had a chance to check that video out, you should go check it out. I'll try and put like a card or something up here for you to go back and check that video out. But basically, to make a long story short, Jim purchased one of my courses 18 months ago, an Amazon course on my retail arbitrage business. And what he did was he put his own creative twist on it, selling books. So he goes and finds used books and he sells them on Amazon. They ship them out for him and all that good stuff, and he makes, you know, big profits on it. So you guys had such tremendous feedback. I mean, you can look below on the next or on the last video, and there was just tons and tons of comments. And everyone was asking, you know, can we see more? Like, how does he do this? Like, you know, because it's cool. You know, it's a very cool thing. Books are easy to sell. There's no restrictions on them. So I talked Jim into doing another training video. This time, you're gonna actually watch him go live to a thrift store and scout for books. So pay attention to what he does here, because you can really learn a lot from him, and this is something that you can immediately implement.
We're on our way to Goodwill. It's in the local area. We've been to it a couple times before. And we're going to hit up the used book section here, and we're going to go in with a little bit of cash and see how much money we can make.
Okay, right.
So this was a completely random trip. We just wanted to see, okay, we're gonna walk in with a couple dollars in our pocket and let's see how much profit we can make when we walk out. What we ended up finding was about 30 books. In the electronics section, we found this Canon waterproof case. Now, I don't know much about cases, but when I saw this, I knew it had to have some kind of value. And they only charge $4 for this camera case. But we'll get into this later and what this actually ended up being worth. You could see the price tags on here. You can see the paperbacks are $1 and the hardcover books are marked $2. And all you have to do is use the Android phone with the Bluetooth scanner. And when you have the right software, you have everything set up right, you just go through the inventory. Now, we were there for about an hour. Okay, so we had went through pretty much most of their inventory in about 1 hour's time. If I had stayed, I'm sure I could have found more, but I wanted to see what I could do in 1 hour. Okay, so in 1 hour, this is what we got. We got 30 books. This isn't bad, this isn't good. This is probably about average. All we did was we brought in our phone with our scanner, we run the software, and we scan the barcodes, and you can go through them really quickly, and you can get through hundreds of books in a very quick amount of time when you use the right tools and the right software. I'm going to show you some of the highlights, some of the books that rang up a little better than others. When you scan the barcode on this, this is the way it comes up. And now we're looking at that FBA com because we send in everything to Amazon and let them do all the fulfilling, so we don't have to pack any of our orders. We don't have to ship any of our orders. We don't even have to handle customer service. Amazon handles all that themselves. And this was $2, and you can see the price, $38.10, okay? So this is $2. The profit on this single item will be between $25 and $27, right? So off to a pretty good start right there. Then we have another book, Fairness and Futurity, and you know, this is essays on environmental sustainability and social justice. So this is an education related book, and you know, you just quickly pull up the barcode. This one might take a little longer to sell, it might take a few months, but I guarantee you this book will sell if you price it right. So this book we spent $1. And we should probably expect to get about $40 when we sell it, which means our profit will be about $28, $29, right? So we're already, you know, we're getting high up there already with just a couple books. Now, we're talking about turning $1 into $28 to $29 of profit. This is after the cost of the item. Here's another book, Caring for People from Birth to Death. Okay, so you could see how some people in certain situations would be interested in this book. Again, this one's a little more of a slower seller, but again, I sell books like this all the time. I guarantee you this book will sell. You give it a few months. And this book right here, we spent $2, and we can expect to get anywhere from $30 to $40 out of it. You know, if we go on the low end and say we sell it for $32, our profit is $22. I'll show you this book right here. This is $2. Again, you can see the price. Most of these thrift stores, they have set prices based on whether it's paperback or hardcover. And when I scan this, I mean, this is a phenomenal book. I would say it's in good condition. And, you know, it's going for about $40 in the FBA column. If we tap that right here, I have my settings. You can see the profit. It's almost $30 in profit. Spend $2. Make $30 back in profit, right? So you make your $2 back and then $30. Now, when we combine all of these other books here, you know, that brings it up another couple $100, okay? So these are just kind of average books. You get between $5 and $10 on average profit with these books. Some of them are a little higher, some of them are like 15. And then we have a couple other books over here, and I'm just gonna show you something quick. And this goes into more complicated things that I teach, you know, in my course. But this book right here, if we look this up, and you can see this book has no barcode, so you just have to type in this number down here. When you type this number into the software, what comes up, it actually says no seller listing. Now, I happen to know that because it has a sales rank of 2 million, that happens to tell me that this book sold in the last couple months. And what this is telling me is there's no other listings up for this book. Now, given that this book is a law book, and given that law books can average between $80 and $200, I know that when I go to list this book, I have a general frame of reference on what I'm going to list this for. But actually, I only counted this book for $40 to $50 when I added up the profit of all of this. But in truth, I could get much more. I could easily get $100 for a book like that. So this was really cool. And now this was actually a book from University of Connecticut, because right now I'm in Connecticut, and this book again, you know, this is about $30, $40 book right here. So, you know, all this stuff combined, you know, we spent $44. And last but not least, we have the camera case. I told you I'd get a little bit into this towards the end of the video. Again, I only paid $4 for this. I found it in the electronics section. When you sign up for FBA, you can sell pretty much all this stuff. There's a couple categories that you might have to go through some processes to, you know, but electronics, books, toys, all those things you could sell right off the bat. So when I pulled this up in the store, I actually saw that it was going for $60. So a really, really nice profit margin on this item. I mean, after the cost of the item and everything, I mean, you're still looking at about like $45 of profit on this thing. And I've got people making over $5,000 in their first month on books alone. $5,000 of profit, very first 30 days. And that's because everything that I know now after 18 months of doing this, I put in the course. So that person had the knowledge that I wish I had when I started. And that's why he was able to ramp up his sales so much. I spent $44 on all this stuff. Now, when I go to send it in, and when all of this stuff sells, I'm looking at making over $400 in profit. So that's after recouping the $44 that I spent on all this stuff. That's what's so great about this business model, is the profit margins are so ridiculous that you could see it's like almost impossible not to make money. I mean, you would really have to screw up pretty freaking badly to lose money or not make money when you're talking about making 10 times your investment. This kind of stuff is unheard of. But to be honest with you, this is about an average haul. This is about average. My goal when making this was to show people, okay, what can you make realistically if you go into a thrift store, someplace that's easily accessible to most people in the country, with 30, 40, 50 bucks in your pocket, how much can you realistically make if you have the knowledge and you have the software? The results of this test show that this is an average haul. These books right here, I've gone into thrift stores and I found college textbooks, 5, 6, 7 in a row, going for between $50 and $200, selling for $2 to $3 a piece. So those, I would say, were significant hauls where I could walk out making $1,200 in profit. This is only $400. This is very average. So that's what I really want you to understand, is this is a very average haul. I've walked away making a lot more than this, and thrift stores are just the tip of the iceberg. When you start talking about other sourcing methods, especially places like estate sales and places with higher quality of books, you can start talking about some really crazy numbers where you walk in, you spend $200, for example, you could walk out making $2,000 to $3,000 over the course of a few months while this stuff sells. And what happens is, as you're continuously sourcing and sending stuff in, what happens is you create a snowball effect and the profits just keep snowballing, and then your payouts every couple of weeks, they just keep going up and up. And then you have to find ways to reinvest that money. And that's when you can get into stuff like retail arbitrage and things like that, which make more sense when you have a lot more money to deal with. I wanted to offer this to Paul's subscribers. So Paul will leave a link for you to purchase this if you would like. I don't want to oversaturate the market, and that's why I'm leaving this available for a set number of days. And once that set number of days passes, I will pull it off. So it's not another internet marketing gimmick here. That when that timer goes down, that it's really getting pulled. With that said, hopefully you learned something from this video, and hopefully you can go out there with the information from the course and you can make some money.
Alright guys, Paul James here again, signing off. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's free. Also leave a comment below and hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to grab Jim's course, Bookselling 101, there's a link somewhere around here. It's pauljames.com/bookselling 101. Don't forget, this is an extremely limited offer. Not because we're trying to push a scarcity tactic, but because Jim does not want to saturate the market. This is his full-time business. So this isn't some like internet marketing scarcity technique. This is Jim trying to protect his business and not saturate the market. So we're gonna put a time limit on this. And we may pull it down even sooner if we just like get a bunch of people in and we feel like it's gonna get saturated. Jim's gonna make the judgment call on that. That's out of my hands with that. So this is his full-time business, so we have to respect that. But if you're looking to get into this and this sounds interesting to you, then you want to learn from someone who's got the experience, who's got the 18 months of work and effort put into this, so that you can go out and do this. You don't want to go through 18 months of trial and error. You want to just hop in and do it like he's doing right now, right? So go ahead and pick it up. And thanks again for watching another video, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Alright guys, peace out, signing off.